Today is 10th of May 2025, and today is the last day of our 2 weeks intensive Vipassana retreat, and we are celebrating the successive closing ceremony of the 2 weeks intensive retreat. So on this occasion, I'm going to talk about the Appamāda. Appamāda means heedfulness. This is the essence of the Buddha's teachings. You can summarize all the Buddha's teachings into this single word. All the Buddha's teachings can be summarized into this word, that is Appamāda. Generally, we translate as non-negligence or heedfulness. But you need to understand more about the Appamāda. And to understand Appamāda, you need to know first Pamāda, negligence. So what is Pamāda? What is negligence or heedlessness? Failing to avoid what must be avoided and failing to perform what must be performed is the negligence Pamāda. I repeat, failing to avoid what must be avoided and failing to perform what must be performed is Appamāda. You have to remember two things, not just failing to avoid what must be avoided, but also failing to perform what must be performed. So the first part is to avoid what must be avoided. Bodily misconducts, verbal misconducts, and mental misconducts are the things to be avoided. If we talk about the bodily misconducts, killing, stealing, and sexual misconduct. If we talk about the verbal misconducts, telling lie, slandering, harsh speech, and talking which is not beneficial to oneself and others. 4 with verbal misconducts, and mental misconducts are covetousness, ill will, and wrong view. These 3 are mental misconducts. When you fail to avoid these misconducts, that is negligence, that is Appamāda. And again, when you fail to perform what must be performed, is also negligence. You have to perform the bodily wholesome deeds, verbal wholesome deeds, mental wholesome this, or simply three trainings of the Buddha, that is sila training, morality training, samadhi training, and the wisdom training. In another way, we can also say dana, sila, bhavana, charity, dana, sila, morality, bhavana, meditation. These are to perform. When you fail to perform what must be performed, that is also negligence. So in this way, when you fail to avoid what must be avoided, and when you fail to perform what must be performed, is negligence or heedlessness. For example, when you fail to perform, when you fail to avoid the harmful, poisonous, or non-beneficial foods, that is negligence. You have to avoid them because they are poisonous, harmful for your body. Those food may cause for deficiency of your immune system of the body. Hence, diseases or the illnesses will easily attack you, and bodily you will suffer, and you will not live long because your body is not healthy, not strong enough. Since you are consuming harmful, non-beneficial, and poisonous food. So those food are the foods to be avoided. And for your body, avoiding harmful, non-beneficial food, poisonous food alone is not sufficient to keep your body healthy, strong, to keep your immune system strong. You need nutritious food as well. So if you fail to consume the nutrition, so it's nutritious food, that is also the negligence. Similarly, here we are talking about the bodily, verbal, and the mental misconducts, and the mental, bodily, verbal, and the mental good conducts. So when you fail to avoid bodily, verbal, and the mental misconducts, that is negligence, because they are harmful. They bring bad consequences, hence you suffer. You suffer in this life, you suffer in coming existences. So hence they are the misconducts to be avoided. Again, avoiding misconducts alone is not sufficient to have good results. To have good results, to live happily in this very life and in coming lives until we attain Nibbana, or to be free from Nibbana as well, you need to perform the good deeds. So if you fail to do so, that is also negligence, pamada. So the opposite of the pamada is appamāda, non-negligence. Means when you are not failing to avoid what must be avoided and not failing to perform what must be performed is appamāda. Very simple. So to practice appamāda or to practice the essence of the Dhamma, to practice the Buddha's teaching, we have to be appamāda. We have to practice appamāda. You have to avoid what must be avoided, and you have to perform what must be performed. So to understand a bit more about this pamāda, negligence, and appamāda, non-negligence, I will talk about the three types of pamāda and appamāda. There are three kinds of pamāda. The coarse one, coarse pamāda, medium pamāda, and subtle pamāda. Coarse negligence, medium negligence, and subtle negligence. The coarse type of negligence is when you even fail to avoid what must be avoided. That is the coarse type of negligence, because when you don't avoid what must be avoided, you do the misconducts. You kill others. You steal other belongings. You commit sexual misconduct. You lie, you slander, you speak harshly. In this way, your bodily and verbal actions are very rude, very coarse, very uncultured. So that's why this is coarse type of pamāda. This is coarse type of pamāda, negligence. Even failing to avoid what must be avoided. The medium type of negligence is you don't fail to avoid what must be avoided. Means you don't kill others, you don't steal, you don't commit the sexual misconduct, you don't lie, slander, you don't take intoxicant. Simply, let's say, you don't break the 5 precepts. You don't break the 5 precepts, but on another hand, you don't do any wholesome deeds. Like you don't do dana, charity, you don't practice, develop the samadhi, you don't practice vipassana meditation. So means you, on another hand, those activities, those wholesome deeds which must be performed, you fail to do. So that is medium type of pamāda. I have seen such kind of people, like not as morality, like naturally they don't kill others, they don't steal, they don't commit the sexual misconduct, they don't lie, they don't take intoxicants. They are doing nothing of these. They go to their job, they do their work, they live happy life, they have they are wealthy enough, they are not committing these unwholesome action, or let's say they are not breaking sila, but not as sila as I just mentioned. But when I ask them to practice meditation, they ask me in return that why they need to practice meditation, because they are living happy life, they are not killing, they are not stealing or doing sexual misconduct or lying, taking intoxicant, they are happy, there is no problems in their life. So why they need to do wholesome actions? In return, they ask me this question when I ask them to practice meditation or to do the wholesome deeds. So that means the medium type of negligence, yes, they are not committing the bodily and verbal misconducts, but they are failing to perform what must be performed. So it is also negligence. And the third one is subtle. It is applied. It is related only in the intensive retreat. As a yogi, he or she must be very much meticulous while practicing meditation. He should try from early morning until go to the bed. When he or she fails to do that, like going to intensive retreats, he keeps talking, he or she is casual in practice, then that is the subtle type of negligence, pamada. So in this way, there are three types of pamada. So opposite of these three negligence is again three appamāda. You avoid what must be avoided, but yet to perform, you don't perform. That is coarse type of appamāda. When you avoid what must be avoided, when you perform what must be performed, that it is still medium. Only when you go to meditation center to perform, to do the intensive retreat, and you practice meticulously, diligently, then that is the subtle type of appamāda. So in this way, there are three types of appamāda. So this is the last day. After this we are leaving. So when we go back home, so minimum we should practice the medium appamāda. Medium appamāda means you should avoid what must be avoided, and you should do what must be done. You should perform what must be performed. So minimum, that means you have to practice 5 sila, 5 precepts that we have just observed, 5 precepts, minimum that you have to practice, or means you have to avoid from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and taking intoxicants. This is to avoid. And in another hand, you have to keep doing the wholesome deeds, like doing charity work, that is dana, generosity, dana, that is wholesome. You can do that one. Then you can take care of your parents. That is also the wholesome this. You can keep practicing metta, sending the loving kindness to other beings. You can take care of your elders. So all those actions which is done with good intention, or which is beneficial for yourself and others, those are the wholesome actions. Which is beneficial for yourself and others are the wholesome action. So doing wholesome action as well, especially practicing meditation. So you have to avoid the 5 things, and at least you have to practice meditation at home as well. So now question arises, how to practice at home. We can't practice like in meditation center. We can try though. So at home, to practice meditation, like you already know how to practice meditation, so you have to make a schedule. I generally recommend yogis 2 hours per day, morning one section, evening one section, if you have time. If you have time, minimum 2 sections of sitting meditation. That will be very helpful to keep your mind cool and calm in your daily life. And if you keep doing regularly, gradually, it might be gradually, but still you can see some progress in your daily practice as well. If you practice with great desire and great determination. So practicing 2 hours. If you have time, if you have more time, even better. Let's say you don't have enough time to spend 2 hours. If 1 hour, okay, still 1 hour. But you have to make a schedule. I just mentioned you should make a schedule. Otherwise, you are not going to make it. One day you will get lazy, you will escape, then another day, another reason, then another reason. So you will not make it. So have to make a schedule. Like early in the morning, okay, 6 a.m. Okay, 6 a.m. is your practice time. You are not going to do anything. Exceptional condition is there, but if there is no exceptional condition, then you are going to practice at 6 a.m. anyhow. That kind of schedule you should make. Then you will be able to follow and you will be able to practice every day. If you don't make a schedule, then again, you are not going to make it. So make a schedule of your practice time. What is the best time for you? In the morning or in the evening? You know better, so you make by yourself. So sitting meditation. Again, there might be the meditators even who can't spend even an hour. I would say for them that don't underestimate, don't underrate practicing like half an hour, 15 hour. Is better than nothing. It's better than nothing. There is a whole of difference in practicing and not practicing. Okay, so if you have 15 minutes, just okay, practice 15 minutes. If you have half an hour, then practice half an hour. Don't underestimate about the Vipassana practice. Keep practicing regularly. So those who can spend 1 hour, 2 hours, keep practicing regularly. And not only sitting meditation, you can do walking. If you have time to do walking, that is also okay. If you can't, it's still okay. And you can practice in daily activities as well. For that, you have to select the tasks, or you have to select the time that you are going to practice in day-to-day activities. Like only in the morning when you get up, when you wake up, you tidy your bed, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. Nobody distracts you. Nobody disturbs you. That could be the good time to practice meditation. Like you do here, early in the morning, you wake up, you get up, you tidy your bed, you brush your teeth, you wash your face. If you have shower, then having shower. This time, maybe 15 to half an hour. You may practice at that time. Maybe in the evening when you go to the bed, that could be another time when nobody disturbs you. When you are going to bed, when you are lying down, at that time also you may practice. So in this way you have to select those like daily activities in which nobody will disturb you, nobody will distract you. Those tasks you have to select by yourself. Okay, in these actions I will practice meditation. I will try to do mindfully. You can maintain the speed by yourself. How slowly you can do, you can maintain by yourself. Minimum in normal speed, not too fast, okay, not too slow. If you practice every day, it becomes a good habit. Later it becomes natural. Mind will keep observing those actions, those performances by itself. As it becomes a good habit, early in the morning, mind will start by itself to observe, like waking up, getting up, standing up, tidying bed. So it becomes natural and automatic. So in this way, we can make a good habit in day-to-day activities. This is just the example. You might have other actions, other activities to practice. So you may select, you may choose by yourself. And I would say that, I would urge you that every day you have to do it again and again. At the beginning, like in meditation center, you might miss, you might forget to observe the action. It's okay. Keep trying like you did in the center. In the center also, you were not capable to observe all the activities on the very first day. You tried again and again, again and again. Then you became capable to do. Similarly, at home, you will not be capable to perform at the beginning all the actions, all the performances, but keep doing. If you keep doing day to day, then you will be able to observe. So this is how we can practice in our day-to-day life as well. So this is also the being non-negligent. You practice 5 precepts, that is what must be avoided. you avoid, so you observe the 5 precepts, and in another hand, let's say you can't do charity, you can't do other wholesome this, at least if you practice meditation, that is the great thing. That is the great thing, because you are doing the excellent wholesome deed. Comparing to charity, comparing to practicing sila, meditation is the excellent or the highest wholesome deed. So you are doing the best. So in this way, you can practice Appamāda at home. So this is the medium one. Medium Appamāda. That is why I just mentioned minimum you should practice the medium Appamāda, because the subtle one, the last one, is to be applied in meditation center, in intensive retreat. In this way, we can keep our mind calm, and day by day, we can purify your mind. Day by day, you can purify your mind. I believe you will see the benefits that you enjoy by practicing day by day. You will see difference. You will see difference between practicing and not practicing. You will see vast difference. So that's why I would like to ask all yogis, because you already know how to practice meditation. So please practice in your daily life as well. So this is about the pamada, negligence, and the appamada, non-negligence, and the heedfulness. At home, at day-to-day life, it's not easy to be completely free from defilements. Here in center, we try our best, even not giving chance to arise, even subtle greed, even the subtle anger, aversion. Like even when we eat, when we drink, we try our best to prevent and the greed, aversion, anger, or impurities. In our daily life, it's not so easy. We are lay, and of course we are ordinary people. We do have defilements. But you should control, you should keep in control. You should not be like those ants which remain stuck and die in honey. You might have seen ants. When we keep honey, ants come one by one and they eat honey, and some they return after eating. But there are the ants who are too much greedy and remain stuck and die into the honey. So means extreme greed, extreme anger, extreme defilements are not good. You have to keep yourself far from extreme defilements. That is what this metaphor give a moral lesson. You should not be stuck. Yes, for your family, for yourself, you have to earn money, you have to do everything as a lay people. But you have to keep yourself away from excessiveness, from extreme defilements. If you try that one, and in another hand, you practice 5 sila and you practice meditation, then that will be the great life. That will be happy life, I believe. So that's why on the last day, this is the what I would like to say on this last day. So knowing the meaning of pamada, negligence, and knowing the meaning of appamada, which is the essence of the Dhamma, the Buddha's teaching. All the Buddha's teaching can be summarized in this word. So that's why knowing the meaning of appamada, non-negligence, may you all be able to practice this non-negligence in your day-to-day life. And that will be very great when you next time when you come to practice again. If you don't, then you will forget what you have learned. You will forget everything. Like this is like going to training center. You go to computer training center. You learn something. If you don't practice at home, if you don't keep operating, then you will forget everything. Next time, when you wish to learn, then again you will need to start from zero. Again start from zero, then again start from zero. That will not be much effective. But if you keep practicing at home, operating at home, then next time when you need advance, then again you can go for advanced course. Similarly, meditation. Now you have already had the basic course. Keep practicing at home. Next time when you will need or you want the advance, then you will not need to start from zero. So in that way also, it's very beneficial. So keep practicing Appamāda, and by practicing Appamāda, may you be able to free from all kinds of suffering, and may you be able to enjoy the great happiness, the genuine happiness.